Call the office at 572-0383 or 572-0215. REV-UP, St. Lucia, the alpha of radio.
Harddrive is brought to you with the compliments of Rambali's Funeral Parlor.
In moments of loss, finding comfort and support is essential. At Rambali's Funeral Parlor, we understand that every life is unique, and honoring that life is our mission. Our dedicated team is here to guide you through every step, offering personalized services that reflect the cherished memories of your loved one. From traditional funerals to modern celebrations of life, we provide a range of options tailored to your family's wishes. Whether it's a simple service or an elaborate tribute, we ensure every detail is handled with care. Let us help you create a meaningful farewell, honoring the legacy of your loved one. To learn more about our services, call 758-452-2021 Castries, 758-454-9239 Viewfort. Visit us at www.ramballysfuneral.com. Rambali's Funeral Parlor, where memories are cherished and love is everlasting.
Hello there, good morning, good afternoon, good night to our listeners and to our viewers in St. Lucia and across the globe, especially those of you on Facebook, on YouTube, and also on X, and also, I believe, DBS Television. Welcome to Harddrive for today, Tuesday, folks. It's not Monday, today is Tuesday, the 24th of February, 2026. My name is Andre Paul, the co-host of Harddrive, none other than the lovely Lady J. Lovely Lady J, good morning to you.
Good morning, Andre. How are you?
Yes, I'm well. I had a very, very challenging weekend, if I may say so, but it was enjoyable.
Okay,
yeah.
That's important.
Yes.
Yeah.
Extremely challenging.
Oh, wow.
But it was enjoyable.
Want to share?
Of course I will. I will, because it was a very interesting challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'll share in a little while.
Okay.
So, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm pretty good. A lot of house chores on the weekend. I didn't really go out except for the walk by Northern Long Distance, the Independence Walk.
Oh, right.
That I did on
Have you ever
Saturday
won that race?
No, Andre, because I will not do the whole round. So there's no way I'm going to win. Mm-hmm. But I've done for 2 years, 2023 and 2024, I did from Cul-de-sac to Soufrière.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
Yeah. But there's no way. No, Andre. Nah.
So what's the usual route?
From Cul-de-sac.
Uh-huh.
Via the west coast, get to Viewfort and then come back from
on the east coast or the west coast?
Come back. So
ouch.
Whole circle. That's about 88 miles.
Ouch.
Yeah, Andre. So for some people it could take 23 hours. For some it could take more than 24 hours. I think for me, Viewfort or Soufrière is sufficient for me. That's my challenge. And for the 2 years I did Soufrière. The second year, 2024, I was the first female to get to Soufrière. But you know what, Andre? One of the reasons why I don't think I want to do it again, I've challenged myself, is that it's too dark. And most times I'm walking by myself because I don't come with anyone else. Andre, you won't walk it. Jean wouldn't walk it. None of our group would walk it. So, I've got to go by myself. And even if you try to collaborate with other people who are walking, sometimes you're faster than them. And I don't want to be pulled back. I want to keep my pace. Mm-hmm. The same pace I start with, Andre, I actually finish off with that same pace. Not too slow, not too fast, just right. And so I did from on Saturday. It wasn't a challenge for me. I just said that I would do part of the race because I do the warm-up. So after the warm-up and the race and the challenge began, I did from there, cul-de-sac to Ancillary, the police station. And then I started walking back. But then it was so dark, I couldn't even see my own self.
Imagine
so
that.
I walked back. And stayed one spot to wait. For either my daughter would drive and pick and meet me, or because she was at work. Yeah, she was at work, so it was a bit easy for her to pick me up. Or to wait for John to pick me up, and they kind of came at the same time, so I jumped in her car.
I've always thought about it, which side, either the West Coast or the East Coast, which is more challenging. Because, I think of the East Coast and the Bad Little as a challenge.
Well, right? Andre, it will be more of a challenge because remember when we walking, forget where we're walking, but the fact that we're walking, it's 6 after 6. So that heat is less. Okay? When you're coming back, forget where you're walking, it's heat. It's daytime. So you're going to be, you will take in from 6:30 when the sun rises or whatever time, minutes to 6, after 6. You're going to take in all that sun until you arrive. So it's going to be tough.
Yeah, as I said, I don't know which of the coasts is more challenging, the West Coast or the East Coast. Either way, it's challenging.
Well, I tell you, for me, when we reach Bhutto,
yeah, I would imagine.
Andre, that was a killer, Andre.
At that point.
My back was really hurting me, but all you have to do is to talk to yourself. You said you're going to challenge yourself to souffle. Go, do it, and then no lights. So you have,
I made it as far as ancillary one time.
That's good.
It wasn't an independence challenge or anything like that.
Yourself.
I know
we've got to do it again, Andre.
We're raising
got to do that.
Yeah, come to think of it, yeah.
I mean, you did it. I didn't do it with you, but I'm saying we need to do it.
I agree. In fact, what we'll do maybe when we get a little break, when I say a break,
a long weekend.
Yeah, a long weekend or something. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind at all. So we need to try a thing.
It's good. And in the day where we can actually, the evening is good, but it's so dark, Andre. All of us would have to bring lights because it's really dark, really, really dark. And then you have the snakes in ancillary. So you're walking in the middle of the road.
Thanks for reminding me.
Walking in the middle of the road.
I think I may take a rain check now.
No. It was okay. But let me say thank you because I understand. In fact, I have it. I wrote it down. Fidel Esnard was the first to arrive. It took him 18 hours, 21 minutes, and he arrived at 12:50.
So that's
lunchtime.
And that's starting from where? The Millennium,
Massey,
the roundabout there? Or from Massey?
Yeah, Cul-de-sac Massey.
Or Cul-de-sac Massey. And then they head straight down the West Coast.
Buckeye.
And come back to... Bravo. What's his name again?
Fidel Esnard. 18 hours, 21 minutes, and the second person did 19 hours, 45 minutes, Martin Daniel. So there's six of them.
And the reward for doing that?
I think they get a medal.
That's it?
Andre, I don't know. You'll have to ask them. Remember, it's a challenge. You're just challenging yourself.
No.
I know. I think they get a medal.
It's a challenge.
I know they get a medal. I don't know. Well, Andre, REV-UP St. Lucia can give something if you think it's too little, Every year they're looking for sponsors. So it's okay. But there's 6 of them, so we'll talk about it later.
You're forgetting we're a baby?
Exactly.
We can't crawl yet.
Oh, some babies crawl in one.
Walk.
Yeah. So, we did our part. We did interview them. We did discuss it. So we did our part, Andre.
No,
they thanked us.
You're making a good point. You know what I mean? Maybe, I don't know, a media
in the
house.
future, Andre, doesn't have to happen.
And I'm talking about a serious sponsorship. You know what I mean? When I say some good cash.
But they do have sponsors.
Because that's a medal. I hope that's not the case, Lady J. I really hope that
they do get medals. I can't tell you if they get anything else.
That's what I'm saying.
The team would have to say that.
I think whoever's organizing it, even if it's the government organizing it, it should include a monetary reward.
Not long distance.
I don't know. Whoever is organizing it should include a monetary prize, not just a medal. So. Anyway, so let me tell you.
Andre, there's a little boy as well. I wrote the name down. 11 years old, who did the walk. Gabriel Daniel. I don't know how long it took him, but he walked to souffle. So congratulations.
And he's 11?
11. He was there. I saw him because
and
I
how many hours? How many hours?
I don't know because it didn't say, but I will try to find out and I could mention it tomorrow morning or later. But I will be giving more information about the walk later on, especially in entertainment news, because there's 6 that they recognize, the top 6.
Maybe they'd have more participants for sure, because we're not sure. You're a fan, you're not even sure. If there's a monetary prize, I think a lot more people would participate.
I didn't read that.
Right, I'm saying that whoever's organizing it, they should give some serious thought to getting some sponsors, get the credit unions, the banks, whoever, to make a sizable monetary contribution. You don't have to go to just one sponsor. You could go to a number of them, and each one will contribute maybe $500. So you have about 10 institutions. $5,000, they're easy. But
Well,
anyway.
they do have sponsors, but what you're talking about, I don't know if they have that sort of sponsors. 'Cause
Okay,
they've got
we
water,
heard you, we heard
they've
you,
got
we heard
drinks
you.
and so on.
We heard you,
So
we
let
heard
them
you.
tell us. But Andre, I agree with you. Keep talking, so people will assist.
Right.
And
But you're
somebody-
saying you're not sure. So I'm saying
No, I'm not.
in the absence
I
of
don't
that,
know.
I'm just
I don't
saying.
want to say, and then it's incorrect. So no, we need to find out. for
All
sure.
right. Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me just give my little challenger on the weekend. I was supposed to play. Well, I played on Friday night, so that was cool. I played up at Dax there. That was cool. I had everything, no problem. On Saturday, a friend of mine came home to do me a little favor. Okay, do me a little favor. So when my friend came home, he did the favor, and everything was fine. So while we were there talking, by the way, the favor had to do with my laptop. Huh? Okay? Right. So it's setting up things in such a way, make it more convenient for me, and I can, execute my duties with more professionalism. You understand? Right.
Okay.
So that part, that's not important. So, so the person now, I said to the person, I have a little problem there with such and such a thing, right? What do you think may be creating that issue, right? Because I took it to the professionals and they couldn't fix it, right? They just left it at that. I said, okay, it improved for a little while, and then it just went back to the same issue. And what I was complaining about was something very, very important, okay? In terms of a DJ executing his duties even with more professionalism. Anyway, so he said to me, well, what we can do is upgrade, your Serato. You can, have the latest and maybe it's a software issue.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, all right, let's see how things work out. The man installed the latest Serato. When he opened the thing, right, I'm seeing what looks like uncharted territory. In other words, I don't recognize what I'm seeing there at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not recognizing what I'm seeing. And I'm supposed to see something that I recognize. So I said to him, you know something, partner? I think we better go back to what was there originally, because I don't understand what's going on there at all. He himself said to me, it looks strange. Okay? So we said, let's go back to the original. When we went back to the original, let me just make a quick point. That original I have there, that took me probably close to a year to put that together. Okay? Because it takes time. There's something called crates. You have to put songs in the crates. So you have reggae, you have calypso, you have soca, you have
Your
this.
collection.
Exactly. So in other words, when I put that inside there, I know exactly where those songs are when I need to get them. You understand? So you have the country and western and blah, 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 blah. You
Dr.
have
B
local.
did that on one of my laptops once for me.
Right. So they call
Takes
crates.
up a lot of space.
And it's the best thing when you do it yourself, because you know exactly
Where they
where
are.
to find what you're looking for. All right. So when we went back to the original now, everything was gone.
Yeah.
Tooth bag guy, all the crates, couldn't find a single one. Everything was just blank. When I saw the thing, I said, what? And I'm saying, I have to play tonight. All right? Well, I wasn't the main DJ on Saturday night, but I was the main DJ on Sunday night. I said, oh my God, what am I going to do? You know what I mean? People are depending on me to come and do my my thing, and I'm lost. Now, I know he came there, he meant well. So I cannot even get angry with him because he was trying to help out. You understand?
Right.
So I want to be angry with myself now for allowing myself to do that foolishness.
Let's upgrade or whatever.
Yeah, I'm angry at me. I don't know who else to be angry at God. Why you have to allow something like that? Couldn't you have protected me from that? Because now I have to go and redo that whole thing that took me about a year. Right? I have to put the whole thing back together, and I do not have much time. So I kept asking myself, and maybe that's a question you can answer, and our listeners and viewers. I just, all of a sudden, I said to myself, where is the blessing in that? Because people say every disappointment is a blessing. I'm asking myself, where is the blessing in something like that? Because when I think of it, I say, but there's no reason for that to have happened. What do I have to learn from this? How can any good come out of that? That's what I'm thinking. All these thoughts going through my mind. So I said to the guy, I said, partner, you know something? Let me go and see what I can do, right, to see if I can bluff my way Saturday night. Okay? So I called my other friend, who was the one that put all the music inside the system for me. So he was busy, but boy, when you see you have a friend, you have a friend. Imagine the man left, he's a taxi driver. He left what he was doing to come to my home to put the stuff on the thing, but he couldn't stay there to help me.
Right.
Because imagine, while he was there, he got a call saying the people are there waiting for you.
Right.
And that's how the man makes his living.
Right.
So here's a guy who really appreciates me, and I appreciate him as well. So you have all these people who do care, all right? So then he said, Andre, I have to leave, but I'll try and come back a little later.
Right.
So now he put all the music into the system again, but everything chock and block. So you have
all the genres,
everything,
mixed together,
all mixed
bouillon.
together, bouillon, one bouillon inside there, and I just shaking my head. What am I going to do? What am I going to handle this?
Because you
thing?
had it well,
exactly,
divided and whatever.
So that means I have to go do the whole thing again.
Well cued and everything.
My gosh, I have to come now. I have to take each song, right, drag it now, put it down into the Serato, then listen to it, right, and then title it. So the name of the song, name of the artist, all that I had to do. What
time was that?
Let me tell you, I was just sitting at that computer. He left my home probably around a little after 12. I sat there until 11 p.m. Okay? Imagine I was playing with that particular individual, and I called him. I said to him, should I still come? He said to me, yes. Just come with what you have, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it was 11 p.m. So I quickly, because I already put some in, into the crates and so on. Those I could find, those I recognized and so on.
Yeah.
And then I went to take a shower at that time there, right? And then I'm leaving the house and I'm pissed off at myself. I say,
but Andre, didn't you have at least 50 by then?
50?
Was less or more?
Much less than that. Because remember, I have to listen to each song. Listen, that took a whole year. Can you imagine doing that in a few hours? So I took a shower. And I went up there, right? And, I played, and nobody would have guessed.
Of course not.
Anything was wrong.
Of course not, Andre.
Yeah, easy for you to say that.
No, Andre, because you didn't believe
that.
in yourself. But I believe in you, and I figure out. That's why I asked if you had at least 50. Because if you are
50,
if you are the DJ that you say you are, the old school master, Andre, you would get it done. You would get it right. Trust me. And you did.
I hear you.
I'm telling you.
I did that there.
Yeah.
So, folks.
Every day until the weekend, when you are going to be working, playing, you will add your songs in.
I got to go
That's
back.
all.
So, I hear you, Lily J.
But you know what thing you can do to save your songs, Andre?
I'm giving the story.
No, nothing to do with that. I'm just saying, get an external drive. That's all.
That's for another show.
Yeah.
So I'm giving the story. So I was able to play that night, and nobody, even in fact Anthony was there, my friend Anthony, and he said, Andre boy, what? I mean, nobody would have guessed you had that issue there today. Let me tell you, the following morning when I got up early, right, by 5 o'clock I was up already. I went back after, because I'm playing in Choiseul, and I'm playing for 3 hours in Choiseul. So I was back on that computer again, and I was there from 5:30 right up until I took a shower about 6:30. Trying to put the songs together, right? For the
5:30 a.m. to 6
to
p.m.
6:30 p.m. I was on that computer.
Wow.
Let me tell you, when I got up, my back,
but
everything. You saw, I did a West Coast. Wow, let me tell you, I was in pain because remember I was just seated there for hours and I didn't have lunch, nothing, just there working on that thing. I say, where? So where is the blessing in that? I don't know. Maybe one day I'll find out if there's a blessing.
Because people said they never knew you had an issue. That's the blessing.
That's the blessing? Oh,
yeah. That's the start. That's the blessing. And to tell yourself, practice, because you were practicing getting it done. You had never done it that way before. Guess what? Practice, I always say, makes preparation. You were prepared. Without you knowing.
Yes. So anyway, I was able to imagine when I got to my last song. On the Sunday night, I tell Anthony, go and call a DJ fast, because I had gone to my end.
Yeah.
I had gone to my end, right? Imagine, and this is rare for that to happen. At one point, I was playing, and I was looking for a song, and imagine the song, the one I was playing finished, and there's like a gap. So I just quickly clicked on something there just to fill in the blanks. But I did it so well.
And you didn't speak in between?
No. Okay. I didn't have a microphone.
Okay.
Man. So wow, that was a challenging weekend, right? And in fact, as we speak, my daughter, I promised to call her. My first daughter, I'm talking about, Abina. She's having surgery today. It's not something serious, but I promised to call her on the Saturday. Imagine I couldn't even call her. So it was the Sunday, Sunday night. No. Sunday, just before I left. to go down to Josella. I gave her a call. I told her, listen, I know I promised to call you, so please, I'll give you a call in the morning, right? Something came up and I'll explain. So Monday, of course, when I got up, I gave her a call and we spoke for a good while. Yeah, so I think about sometime this morning she could be having that surgery as we speak, as a matter of fact.
So
yeah,
is she okay?
Well, I'll call her a little later to see how things worked out. As I said, it's not something like major, but
still of concern.
Yes, definitely. So that was my enjoyable,
you did it, Andre,
but challenging weekend. Enjoyable because again, when I played Saturday night, everybody was enjoying themselves. You could tell they were having a great time. Oh, don't talk about Sunday night. Oh man.
So you had how many more songs by Sunday night? Double that?
Yeah, because remember I was playing for 3 hours, so I had to make sure.
Very good.
So that's why. So when I was done there, man, my waist was, and I still went to the gym on Sunday night. I went there last night. Yeah.
A different kind of inspiration there.
I don't know where I'm getting all that energy. I'll be honest with you. I have no idea. I hope that's a good sign.
It's a good sign.
And I'll make it to 100.
It is. I don't know about the 100 thingy. That's you.
I don't know where I get that kind of energy from. I swear, at my age, what? Yeah, man. Plus other things I have to do in between. Okay. Don't ask my business.
I'm not asking.
Anyway, so I met some friends. I made some new friends on the weekend. So I want to say good morning to the Soufre crew. They say they listen to us every single day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. So, good morning, Soufre.
Yeah. So good morning to the folks in Soufre. They say they listen to us every day. So the names, Zelda, Tilda, and Bruna.
What's that, sisters?
No, they're just good friends.
And it blends like that.
Good friends.
Zelda.
And they were talking and chatting and laughing and giving jokes and so on. Yeah, there's 3 ladies. They have a nice vibe.
Yeah.
So good morning, Zelda, Tilda, and Bruna in Soufre. They must be blushing right now. I'm sure.
Bruna?
Yeah, Bruna. Bruna. So thank you very much to Anthony, because Anthony actually took the names, he typed their names to ensure that we remembered.
You remember?
He said, make sure we give them a shout.
Mr. Secretary.
Yes. among other duties.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
All right. So so before we move on, I know you sent me a video. Eventually I got it. So many people sent that video of this attempted robbery, right? I think that happened near the Jean-Marie gas station, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
You sent me that.
Apartment,
the only one is that a few other people sent it to me as well. So, what is your take on that video? What was the take for you when you watched it?
Andre, when I watched it, I didn't know where it was. Actually, I had to ask the person, "Where is this?" Because I didn't recognize where it was. Andre, when I looked at it, I kept wondering what the guy was looking and waiting for. But it's quite obvious, if he's working in a gang, they must have told him there are 2 people passing there, because he parked his car, not even parked. He just stopped in the middle of the road, I would say.
Do you think there were 2 of them in the vehicle? Because he exited the passenger side.
Yeah.
Remember? So he must have had somebody else in the vehicle.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's a left-hand drive. I don't know.
You're right. Maybe you're right about that.
Because only when he went in, it took off. But
Good point.
I'm saying, I've seen when these things happen, and the driver takes off and leave you behind.
Yeah.
So I find it strange that there was a driver in there, and he did nothing when that was happening. But I understood that the car that came after, that red or pink car, the bright car that came just at the time, that was a cop in that vehicle. That's what I understood.
Yeah, I heard that as well.
They caught them.
So, for the benefit of our listeners who haven't seen the video, can you just explain to us what is going on?
Well, the video is showing you this gentleman. This car is parked, and that would be the inside to the
back of
of Jean-Marie. So you would come out onto the VG stretch, right? And it's eventually, that's maybe 3 minutes, a few seconds or minutes you're waiting. Eventually, 2 Caucasian females are walking. The first one walks past and he waits until the second one comes and tries to grab her bag that she's holding on the shoulder. But of course, maybe she's alerted or she's aware, so she puts up a fight and trying to keep her bag. Shortly after that, the friend in front realizes what's happening. We're not hearing, so maybe she's screaming, who knows, turns back and tries to fight the guy, and they both fighting with the guy, and the guy's, he's only after the bag.
Yes.
He's not even pushing, he's just after the bag. And then, while they're doing that...
One second. I think that bag probably had something really important, because the fight that they were putting on there, something important must have been in that bag. I'm just speculating.
Well, Andre, most times these people walk with their money.
Yeah.
They try not to leave any money behind, but sometimes you've got to hide some. Yeah.
Phone.
And sometimes
whatever.
you have your passport too, which is important.
Yes,
you have to go back home.
So yes,
IDs.
So they're struggling
the
with him.
car, they're struggling, and then we see this car, thank goodness, pulling up into the same space, and he parks and he jumps out and he tries to assist, but then the guy probably realizes he's outnumbered or whatever and jumps into the car, and the car takes off, almost knocking the same lady, almost knocking her. Andre, but that if I was a tourist, I would be afraid to, I don't know, I would be so afraid.
Oh man.
And it gives us a bad name.
Yeah, these acts are so selfish. They're so selfish. Right? When you tell me you have people coming to your country, come to spend money and so on, they take the time to visit, and this is what they're getting. I'm not saying it doesn't happen in other jurisdictions. It does
All
happen.
Countries,
but
yes,
nonetheless,
but
it doesn't matter. The tourism industry is super important to our economy, right? That's the number one foreign exchange in the country. That's how we basically the country does well, right? And you have those very, very selfish people who just think only of themselves, right? And would do that sort of thing. I was like, now,
But Andre, what I found out also? It was a hired vehicle. Because I kept saying, if he takes off like he did, they could zoom in on the number. Well, we couldn't see it, but they could zoom in on the number plate. But then another chat came in to me with the owner of the vehicle that was hired, that was explaining what that the guy hired the car and that's what they did and blah blah blah. So Andre, all the hired car rentals, let's put it that way, have to be careful. They have to be careful because these people are not taking your vehicle for anything else but then dangerous.
But Lady J, what can they do? I mean, somebody comes to ask you to rent a vehicle. You let them have the vehicle.
I agree because they're paying their money, but I just hope, Andre, that when they take your ID, that they have your present photo. So that at least if that car, say for instance, the police didn't show up, happened to be a police, let's put it that way, because he probably was on his own business. He happened to be a police, and maybe that's why the investigation was done that quickly, that they have a picture of the persons who rented the vehicle. So if it's you that rented it, then we're going to check out your friends, because it's not only one, it's a few of them. And they were obviously targeting scenarios, and they may have been lucky, some of them.
And let me make a very important point. We have to say bravo to the individual who came at that moment there to assist those two ladies. I mean, he came, what they call, in the nick of time.
Yeah.
And it's quite possible, I mean, that's what people are saying, this is a police officer. Now, I'll be honest with you, if it were me at that point there, the most I could do is probably try to stop, park my vehicle close to the guys or something. But for me to directly get involved like that, I wouldn't take that chance. I wouldn't take that chance. You know why? Because he could have been killed.
Yeah.
Because these fellas are usually armed. I found that strange that there was no gunplay, no knife, nothing. I found that strange. So I say maybe these guys are not really professionals. You understand when I say maybe just try a thing. That's what I was thinking. Because I find that really strange, because normally they will defend themselves, right? And they'll defend themselves to the hill. So I'm just saying, I wouldn't recommend anybody doing what he did. But if he's a police officer, I guess he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, the rush. He probably. Well, I mean, they're trained.
But bravo to him, whoever that gentleman is. I hope we get a name eventually. Bravo, sir, for what you did, because you really put your life on the line there.
To happen along that road, it just happened. I don't know, for whatever reason he was passing in that gap. Most people don't use that area.
That's true.
It's pretty. I think the last time I used that area was last year when I was going to see Carnival.
I don't think I've used that road in years.
Yeah, most people don't drive on
so
the inside.
I suspect those guys probably were scoping those ladies.
Of course they may have, because why would he come out and looking up and down on the street?
No,
Where are they? Sort of thinking. And I kept wondering why he was standing there and who he was waiting for, and why would he be parked sort of not on this, more on the left. Yes, a car could come through, but he was not very much on the left. So I kept telling myself, what's he doing there? what's he doing there? Until, of course,
Yes,
they passed.
they actually
And you know,
started.
it's funny, when the first girl was walking up, I'm like, girl, you better, in my mind, girl, you better hold on to that bag tight. I was just saying that to myself. And then she passed. I'm like, okay, he's not, I wonder what he's waiting for. And the minute I said that, watching the video, he pulled the other one back. Well, tried to pull it. But boy, she struggled, Andre. Hell no, she was like, I ain't giving you my bag.
And again, she really, took a risk with her life, because generally the guys are defending themselves to the hilt.
Yeah.
So they'll shoot
And
you,
a
they'll do
weapon or
what is it that
whatever.
they have to do. So thank God, at least that aspect of it didn't come into play. And I'm sure right now these ladies probably have maybe even left St. Lucia. They're probably all traumatized,
Yes,
from that
I would be.
incident.
I would be.
My gosh,
And I'm
man.
sure when he pushed the second girl, well, the first one who walked, but the second one, I think she got a sort of blow on her shoulder. Because, I mean, watching it, you can tell when he pushed her. So she fell against the retaining wall. So I'm sure. Because when she walked away, you could see her sort of touching it. So I know she got a little blow there.
There was another video making the rounds as well, a little lower down that stretch of road, the intersection there between the highway and of course the VG, the one that takes you down to is it Gantas Bay they call it?
Oh, okay,
Right?
yeah, by the Prime Minister's residence down there.
Right. So before that, just around the little junction there, when you getting back to the city, you pass the VG field and so on. A guy had a sports car, right at that junction. He was maybe heading up north. When he got to that little junction right there, right before you hit the John Compton. Well, sorry.
Before you take a right by the field.
Yes, thank you very much. He did a 360 there. He did. I said, but wait a second. A public road like that, the guy goes all around the thing. You swear
What
that's
he
a
did that
racetrack.
for? Just fun?
Just for fun.
Oh,
Just for fun.
guess he took a chance.
I saw that video. I said, Miss say, boy, for these fellas.
chance.
Miss say, that's why you choosing to do something like that.
And there's a lot of gravel there, It's not that smooth.
That's exactly
There's
why
a
he
lot
was
of
doing.
gravel around
That's
there.
exactly why he was doing it.
Crazy.
I said, Miss, boy, hour. So, that kind of ties in with the whole independence anniversary celebrations, the 47th independence anniversary celebrations. And when you look at that kind of behavior, right, whether it's the guy doing this 360 or the fellas there, whatever else that they chose to do to attack people and so on, right, that's not showing your love for your country, right? Because what you're doing there could involve innocent lives. You understand? Anything can go wrong there at that point in time. With both the guys who attacked the two Caucasian ladies, as well as the fellow doing the 360 right there. These things can go
It could
horribly
have-
wrong.
Yes.
Remember some time ago?
As well as he could have lost his life too.
Exactly. Some time ago, a guy was doing a wheelie on a motorcycle, and I think he hit about three children. I think
down in the south.
yeah, close to the. No, that happened right there.
It happened in
Yeah.
Castries?
Yes, so just next to, I think where we have there's a pedestrian crossing there after you pass the Jamaica gas station if you're heading up north.
Not? Okay.
Yeah, I think he hit about, and that the people suffer some serious injuries from the guy doing a wheelie right there. These are selfish acts, and you have to ask yourself, after all these years, right? They still have people like that who just don't seem to love their country and of course their fellow St. Lucians, because that's all part of it.
But Andre, these people are just selfish. It's like they see a stretch of road, let me try it, and they don't think of anything else. They don't think or even feel the danger, and they just go ahead and do it. And of course, nothing happens because they succeed, or they succeeded in whatever they were doing. So that's why they're going to try it again and again and again.
And that's because, of course, the authorities are not there to counteract those measures, because I'm sure if a police officer was there, they would stop that sucker right away.
Definitely. Yeah.
Hour. So I was just, I was thinking about it this morning, and the Prime Minister spoke about things that our responsibilities as citizens of the country, right? And he was speaking at, I think, the Miku playing field on the 22nd, right? And he was urging citizens to embrace personal responsibility, right? That's one thing. And he also spoke about the fact that the government has to provide essential services. He spoke about the infrastructure, the education, the educating the populace, healthcare, right? He says that these are the things that government is expected to do. But he also said that we as citizens have an equal responsibility in providing certain things or acting in a particular way, behaving a particular way for the good of the country. So he spoke about our civic duties. Okay, our civic duties. So that would be things like paying taxes, Okay, a lot of us do not want to pay taxes.
For the country to grow,
exactly.
we need to pay.
We don't
we
pay
need
taxes.
to pay that. How is the country going to grow if we don't pay taxes?
Right. The only people I think that I said this so already that should not be paying taxes are people who have made their contribution, right? And it's true they may have another job or something. I think government should not be taxing those people unless, of course, some millionaire. Right, but how many millionaires do we have in St. Lucia like that? Do you know, Lily J? Somebody that has a whole ton of money all over the place. I can understand. I can
Some
understand.
of them have it hidden somewhere.
But
so
the vast majority of St. Lucians are struggling. No, that's a fact.
Yeah.
Vast majority. Okay, so if that be the case, I'm saying somebody has really made their contribution. No need to come and bother that person anymore. Right? Whether it's they're getting a pension which was being taxed. Right? I find that was I don't want to use that word. Okay, that was unconscionable to do that. And then now you're continuing to tax old people. What Papi show is that?
That part, yeah.
I have a problem with that. But anyway. But
That's
generally,
being fixed, yeah.
Generally, we're supposed to pay taxes. We're also supposed to contribute to the NIC. Despite what I say about them, contributing to the NIC is a very, very good thing.
Yeah.
All right? It's just that they have certain things, certain kinks in the system that should be addressed.
Need to iron out.
You understand?
Agree.
Right? So things like that. Obeying the laws of the land. That's another important one. Again, actually, the way we behave on our roads and so on. It is shameful the way, we just show a lack of love for our country.
Yeah.
Okay? Reporting things like crime, for example. You see things, people involved in things that are untoward, clearly breaking the law. You have a responsibility as a citizen to report those things and you now not participate in them. For example, somebody comes and sells you stolen merchandise and they're quickly accepting the deal because it's a few dollars, right? All things like that, that's how we should be showing our love for our country, right? So we shouldn't be encouraging crime. And also, respecting people's rights. And on that note, let me say something to the politicians. You all have to understand that, some of you of politicians have to understand that people have a right to support whichever party they choose to support.
Yeah.
The Constitution is very, very clear. The highest authority in the land says you have a right to associate with whomever you choose to associate. Beautiful. There are politicians who do not respect that part of the Constitution because now they have a problem with you because you're supporting a particular party. They will come and say, politicians make those comments. Not all. Some of them. Yeah. And some of them will not help you simply because they figure you don't support me. Okay? So I'm just saying that's all part of our civic responsibilities and goes as far as the politicians understanding that people have their right to support whoever they choose to support. That's your right. And we must respect each other's rights. You can't be telling people, who say a VA this and a VA that. Imagine that. You choosing to support a party, that's your right under the Constitution, and people have a problem with that. So these are just some of the things I think we should mention when we talk about civic responsibility. So it shows that you love the country. And I think the best thing we can do as citizens of the country, number one, obey the law. That's the sweetest thing. Yeah. Obey the law, right, and love your neighbor.
And I think respect the police, and the police should respect this as well. It should be both ways.
Now, the Archbishop Gabriel Miles there was using an address in observance of the Lenten season, and I really hope that the Roman Catholics are taking heed, listen to what he's saying, and don't let it come through one ear and go out the next. Now, we know during the Lenten season that most Roman Catholics will give up a particular thing that they love to do. Okay, a particular thing that they love to do. Now, sometimes that thing that we love to do could be something simple or something profound, something really, really deep, right? It depends on who you are and what you consider you're willing to sacrifice for the 40-day Lenten period. But he said something, and I think that's where a lot of Roman Catholics mess up. He spoke about this. He says the deeper call to transformation. What is your understanding, in simple terms, Lady J, of transformation? What does that indicate to you? He says the deeper call to transformation, because the Roman Catholics, a lot of people are Roman Catholics. They will transform for a certain period of time. For example, the thing that they want to give up for a while, after the 40 days, they will go back to it. Right? That's how, unless, of course, that's not how it works.
Well, he would have to. I would imagine he went further to explain what he actually meant.
Well, I want you to say, what is your understanding of transformation?
Well, if he's talking about it and he's talking about it around Lent, that's the direction that I would think he's going with it.
What's that?
To make the sacrifice, and for the 40 days and the 40 nights to, I guess, how you call it, sacrifice, not eating for part of the day, okay? Whether it is to stay hungry until 6 p.m. or to only have breakfast, and I don't know. I really don't know what it is about.
Okay, well, whatever it is, whatever changes that people are making is because they know that there's a need for that change. You'll agree that? Because it's something that
it would be an individual
right. It's something that the person maybe gets pleasure from, or so, whatever the case may
individually.
Be. And they realize, I need to give that up, right? I need to give it up. He's saying there's a deeper call to transformation, meaning whatever change you make, it shouldn't be temporary.
Agreed. But it takes time, Andre. Like anything else, it takes time. I mean, Andre, I lived in Asia, and when it was Ramadan, I tried, because they don't eat. They eat 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. And nobody forced me, but I thought, I'm in the country, let me try it out. I'm giving an example, Andre, and I tried. Well, I didn't eat anything at the 6 because my body, I'm not used to that. Andre, when it was 3 o'clock, my belly was crawling so much. I didn't know what to do with myself. By 3 o'clock, Andre, I had to eat something. Andre, I said, you know what? I'm living in your country, but I'm a St. Lucian. I'm from the Caribbean. I'm going to continue eating like I normally eat. So everything takes time. But he's correct. He is correct, if that's what he's
in other words,
talking about.
Because if you're giving up something, right, that you know you're doing, and the reason you're giving it up for a while, because that's how most Roman Catholics do it, it shows that it's something that maybe you're not quite pleased about yourself. So you make the sacrifice. But I said the Archbishop is going further. He spoke about transformation. He says the deeper calling. So not just for a little while. He says basically, if you're going to transform. Don't go back now to the same thing you were doing before that you let go for a while.
Well, if he's talking about the persons who are stealing and killing and so on, that would go good for them.
Exactly.
Transform yourself.
So whatever it is that you're doing that you figure, I'll give it up for the 40 days, make it a complete transformation. Try your best not to go back to it.
That's right.
And talking about that, Lady J, in Jamaica, another sad story, man. Some guys went into a shop. They came in there like their customers and so on. And the fellas just opened fire, right, on the family, who I guess were their part of the business, right? So you have a father, okay, you have a 3-year-old son, his 3-year-old son, and there was another young person who was there. They all got killed. The fellas just opened fire. And
couldn't care less.
Yeah, they could not care less. Well said. Okay, so the 3-year-old, they took them to hospital. They didn't succumb right away, but they did later at hospital. So all 3 died. Okay, so the father, and remember we've spoken about that. There's another similar story to that last week. Yeah. Then there was the same kind of thing in Trinidad that happened as well. So here we go again in Jamaica.
But it's happening too much in Jamaica, if you notice. I've heard you read quite a few stories, and it involves the young persons, young children, toddlers.
You remember I was saying the other day, despite the fact that they're saying there's a drop in those homicides and so on. Remember I was saying to you, whatever techniques that they're using, yes, they're working for now, but are they sustainable? Remember I was asking that question? Yeah, would they be able to sustain them?
It's not.
Yeah. All right, ladies.
Andre, did they say why they went into this shop after those people?
No. They said that they have one person gave themselves in.
Good.
Right. So they asking the other two, to surrender to the authorities. So apparently, maybe the other guy, whoever it is that surrendered, he probably spoke and told the police who the other guys were. So I guess we'll find out. I'll follow that story to see what information we can get.
But that's sad. That's sad.
Definitely.
At those who passed away.
So there will be a CARICOM summit starting in St. Kitts and Nevis tomorrow. CARICOM meaning all the Caribbean heads of government. I imagine if heads of government cannot attend, they will send a representative. But a guest at that summit will be U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Okay? And it's just a pity, that our hands are tied in the Caribbean. Our hands are just tied. There's nothing that much you can do. But if you see, we were knocking, things were good, really, really good with us. And if I were a leader, I'd boycott that thing, man. Because
you never know. You don't know if they're going to do that.
They will not boycott. They won't boycott. They won't
you don't
boycott.
know, Andre. Let's wait for the day.
I know they're not going to boycott. Notice that. We have friends. Venezuela has been a friend to St. Lucia and many other Caribbean countries. Cuba has been a friend, right, to St. Lucia and many other Caribbean countries. What do you hear him saying? What do you hear him saying? Not individually, not as a group.
You don't know if they're talking about it behind closed
doors. Yeah,
that's
what they're probably doing. And it's big. So imagine that you have friends, it's almost like Anthony and the relationship that I have with him. And if anybody tries to take advantage of him, I'd be quick to come to his
step forward.
I'll be quick. Even if I'm weak and so, I'd be quick to come and defend. And so you understand? Because especially if he was good to me, then our Caribbean leaders not saying anything. They ain't saying anything.
Did you hear what you said?
What did I say?
Even if I'm weak.
Yes, weak. Meaning weak in terms of my power, the power that I have or don't have. That's what I'm talking about.
But Andre, it's not always fighting. You can speak, and maybe you will, prevent whatever from happening.
Yeah.
So,
but I tell you, I'm just saying, if I were a leader and my country was doing well, I'd boycott that, man. I boycott that thing, because that guy, especially Marco Rubio, he's Cuban American. His ancestry is from Cuba, and he, as a senator, man, he's been fighting to see what he can do to overthrow that communist government there. So now he has power now. Okay?
But Andre, you don't know when he comes if they are going to flood him with questions and so on. So it might be a good thing that he's coming, so that the leaders can take him on. You never know. And as well as what you said, if you were one of the leaders, you would definitely
boycott that, man.
Boycott
that.
That could be something that they're probably looking into. You never know.
These are not nice people. These are not nice people.
Agree.
Yeah. And how do I know that, folks? By their actions. The actions. Right? You're telling me you just almost want to stab a country like which is Cuba. You must want to force them, right? And the thing is that pretty soon you're going to be hearing what's happening. If this thing continues like this. And by the way, I have not heard any Caribbean country, maybe I'm wrong, say that they will send supplies, food, clothing, whatever. I haven't heard anybody saying anything like that. I hope they discuss that at that summit there to see how they can assist Cuba.
Exactly.
Right? I really, really hope so. Because Cuba has been good to St. Lucia. And I tell you something, they may say what they want to say about Maduro and his predecessor and so on, but I know they were also good. Maduro, listen, Venezuela had, I think if I'm not mistaken, they still had that. Their modus operandi is to respond right away. Once you know you're in a crisis situation, they come running to assist you. You can't forget those things. You can't forget that. In fact, the Cuban foreign minister was speaking, and he says that these acts that the United States are taking, he says they are criminal and illegal. That's what he said there. He says constituting a ruthless collective punishment on the Cuban people. And Henry Castro, Trump saying that they're a failed nation and they're extraordinary threat to U.S. national security. Little Cuba is a threat to your national security. My gosh, man. So just before we end it, I just want to make something, say something very important. Trump, who doesn't like to be told no. And that was actually in a report, he doesn't like to be told no. You cannot, right? The Supreme Court issued a ruling saying that most of the tariffs that he's imposed there, which America has collected, I think, over $130 billion, right? That this is unconstitutional. The law is clear. They took some act that back in the day to try to justify that, right? So the courts are saying you cannot use that, right, to put tariffs on people. This is an old thing. You cannot, use that for whatever reason that they gave. I didn't read the decision. Okay, so he's upset. He's angry. So now he went to some other law, another old-time law again, where he can impose, I think, up to 15% tariffs, because he's angry now, because somebody told him no. He doesn't like that. So he quickly did some other thing there, 15% tariffs and this kind of thing. But guess what? They said he can only do that for 3 months.
He'll still do it if he gets the opportunity.
Yeah, so FedEx now has already sued, saying we want our money back.
That's just the beginning.
Yeah. So FedEx is the first one. So we're going to get a ton of these lawsuits coming through. So Trump already agreed. He already chimed in. He said if they think that they're going to get that easily, they better think again. So that means he's talking about fighting for the courts and so on. That's going to take a long time.
Drag it out.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
wow. What a world we're living in, boy.
Yeah.
What a world. That's really sad.
Less than 3 more years, Andre. That's what we say every day.
Yeah, that's true.
I know
That's
there's
true.
a lot of destruction that could happen in that time, but we have to think positive and just keep saying that. You have 3 more years. You're not coming back.
And I'm still saying,
He's trying.
I'm still saying, I don't think you'll see that guy's back.
Yeah, he's trying. He's trying.
Look at the thing
but
there.
just remember his age as well, Andre. Remember the age as well.
Well,
Remember his age. He's got less years forward.
That's true. That is
less
true.
years forward.
Let's see what happens. Okay, Lady J, let's get into the shout-outs.
Oh, okay.
And don't forget...
that came pretty quick, Andre. I guess you had so much to talk about.
My
with
weekend.
your challenge.
Yeah, my weekend.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, this is Harddrive, and this is where we get a
Wait,
chance
no
to...
food today?
No, they're closed today. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah,
Oh,
because
because they
they
were
worked
open yesterday?
hard all weekend long. They were closed.
Okay. So we're still going to say good morning to them.
Yes, yeah. Good morning to the folks at the Tomaso Bread Place. Yeah, good morning to all of you, especially Yaslin.
And let people know that they're closed. Andre, I wouldn't know that. People might be driving down there and say, I'll not bother to buy anything in Castries.
Well, I at the time, Yaslin said that maybe they may open later.
Okay.
They may, not quite sure.
Okay,
So let's see what happens.
All right. So let's see. We have Sharon
Peter? Mhm.
Yeah. Now, I didn't know this Sharon Peter is from Antigua. I know a Sharon Peter, so all this time I thought it was her until she asked to play a particular song on Friday and addressed me. And I asked if she was the one, and she told me no.
Okay.
So,
This Sharon Peter is a St. Lucian, by the way.
but not the one that I know.
Okay.
And she
because
lives in...
in the U.S. The one
in the
that
US?
you're talking about right now. And by the way, did she ask you to play Lucky Dube?
Happy Tuesday. No.
That's
No, it wasn't that one.
Surprise.
No. Okay, she says Happy Tuesday. We remember that. Thank you, Sharon Peter.
Yeah, folks, don't forget today's Tuesday. It's not Monday.
And she also says good morning to all. She also says good morning, Lady J. Good morning. I wonder why she left out Andre. Anyway.
I already know she loves me, so that's cool.
Sharon Peter. She called out Tony.
As
With
always.
a sigh. But there's no Andre. No. All right.
What are you trying there, Lady J?
I don't know. I'm just reading. So Edward Tom says, bless, good morning, REV-UP family, listening. Yes, good morning to you, Edward. We have Edward Tom again who says, good morning, Team REV-UP, simply the best. Thank you, Edward. And here's Irene Sharma, and she says, good morning to all listeners, Lady J and Andre. Thank you, Irene. Good morning to you.
Irene. Hope all is well with you.
She says, hope everyone had an awesome, great Independence weekend. And those in the diaspora, please stay safe and warm in the blizzard. Yes, I heard there was one. And Sales, Rubs, or Fiction.
Oh, yeah.
She says, blessed morning to you, Andre and Lady J. Good morning, Sales. Also, very good morning to Kina. Have a wonderful day. Blessings always. All right.
She was saying good morning to Kina. That what she was saying? Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yes. Good morning, Kina. Hope all is well with you and Snow.
Yes, no. And Lucita says, good morning, Andre and lovely Lady J. Good morning to you.
All right, Lucita.
Terrific Tuesday to both. Thank you.
Lucita, sakafetla.
All right. And Lucita says, good morning, everyone in live and Radio Garden. Share the link. That's always lovely of her.
Thanks for the reminder, Lucita.
She also says, I would like to wish my daughter, Ashleen, Sabrina, Olivier, a happy birthday today. Eat your cake and celebrate. Blessings.
Happy birthday, Ashleen.
Yeah,
Wishing
happy
you all the
birthday.
best from your mom, Lucita.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, she's talking to someone, maybe Irene. Irene, she says, thank you. How is Mama Shah? So, Shasha, good morning to you. I don't think she's going to chime in, but good morning to you, Shasha. She's always listening, Andre.
Shasha? No, thank you. She's in St. Croix, right? That's Shasha.
No, Shasha is the one that's here that I told you her house got burnt.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Late last year.
All right.
Arnold Grant says, good morning, everyone. Good
And by the way,
morning,
has
Arnold.
she, I mean, is she okay now after that incident with the house? Is she all right?
To a certain extent, I think, because her kids, I guess, rented a house because that was her home that got burnt flat. So I don't think she would be 100% okay. That was traumatizing.
Yeah.
But for now, she should be on the mend.
So she has a roof over her head now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Trevor Francis says, good morning, Lady J. Good morning, Trevor. Good morning. That's Claudius Francis' brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Hey, Trevor. So Trevor is in St. Lucia?
No, he lives in the U.S.
All right, Trevor. Thank you so much for chiming in.
Yeah, and he's always tuned in, he says. Madeline.
Ah, my dear friend in Babono. Morning, Madeline. Hope all is well with you and the entire family.
Yes. She says, good morning, everyone. To all lovely people, have a blessed Tuesday.
Yeah, and you're lovely too as well.
Very nice. Very kind person. Joan T says, good morning, Lady J and Andre and your viewers. Hope you guys had a wonderful Independence weekend. She has lots of flags, prayer, claps, hearts, and a flower. Thank you. And Madeline says again, I walked from Bridge Street to Ancillary twice.
Really?
I would love to try the round the island walk, but the doctor took my walking licenses.
That was
I like that.
For our own good.
That's right. For your own good. All right? Yeah, if you can just do the 5 minutes, that's fine. But you can't do these long walks anymore, Madeline. Sorry about that.
Yesterday, I hope he's not listening. Last night I was on the treadmill and a guy came on the treadmill just next to me at the same time we were about to start. So he said to me, usually just be between 5 and 10 minutes on the treadmill. I tell him, well, I usually do about an hour, right? Yeah, I usually do about an hour. He did the entire hour.
Well, that's good because guess what, Andre? You gave him motivation.
He said to me, I'm inspiring him.
Yeah.
But boy, let me tell you,
At what point what's your stride on the treadmill?
6.0. I think, yeah.
Andre, that's fast.
It's fast.
You're doing pretty good.
Yeah, 6.0.
That's very good.
And I have that thing elevated, by the way. And I'm not holding the railing of the treadmill either.
Excellent.
Yes, let we go.
That's good.
Yeah,
but you don't run. You just
walk fast.
Very good. And the guy next to you, was he trying to keep up, or he kept his stride but stayed for the hour?
Yeah, he kept his stride. He stayed for the hour.
The same.
But I tell you, boy, let me tell you something. He was giving me stories the last night. Oh my gosh, it's one story after the other. Yeah, a lot of stories.
That's good. You both had stamina. If you can talk while you're walking, Andre, you have stamina, I can tell you. This morning, by the way, you played the song, When Will I See You Again?
You like that?
Andre, I was singing it a lot as I was walking. Thank you, Andre. Oh, yes, I enjoyed it.
Thanks for being a fan, Thanks for being a fan.
Yeah, whenever I'm walking, I put it on. I mean, there's some times that I'll miss because of the traffic. You can't hear, if the traffic, if I'm on the main road, because sometimes I cross over and get onto the main road. But I try to listen in. Yeah, I try to listen
in. And folks, that Lady J is not listening now, She's been listening time we came on. Yeah? Okay, and let's say good morning to our friend Sharon as well. And also Jean. Yeah, these are people who are fans.
Andre, we've been forgetting the other two. We've been forgetting Carlisle, and we've been forgetting
Carlisle.
Geraldine.
That's true, Carlisle and Geraldine.
It was the five of us, remember?
Yes, Carlisle, especially Carlisle.
Yeah.
What?
Carlisle moved and went to the south. So
yes.
He was the first to drop out of the group, moving to the south. So good morning, Carlisle. And I saw Geraldine. I walked on Monday, and I saw Geraldine. She had done a walk already, but I passed by her home, so we spoke for a little bit. Yeah. So Irene says, Lucita Japierre, birthday blessings to your daughter. Nice. Madeline also says, it's a blessing in disguise. Andre, we will not always see or know what blessings are. So he's talking about you and the music.
I know. But
she's talking about you and the music.
I can't see what the blessing is, honestly. Maybe one day I'll say, oh, that's why that happened. Yeah, but for now,
You just thought it was too much.
Too much.
She Chubb says there was a driver.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Madeline says there was a driver because two of them got arrested. Very sad situation. So, but it's funny, the driver, he was there and he didn't do anything. He didn't move out. In the States, Andre, they leave you behind and they're gone. If the driver is in the car, that's funny.
I guess maybe it's his brother.
He must have been saying, get in the car, get in the car.
Maybe they're brothers, maybe.
Must have been saying, get in the car. All right, thanks for that information. Lucita Japierre says, good morning, my darling. I guess she's answering.
I hope the police give an update on that incident.
In the news tonight.
I
I'm
hope
sure.
they give an update
Yeah.
in terms of where it stands as far as charges are going to be brought forward and so on.
Agreed.
Yeah, I would love. I'd love to hear what's going on. I hope it's not a situation where you just let the fellas go.
Oh no, Andrew.
All right,
No,
okay.
No. Bodily harm, I'm sure, by pushing that lady onto the wall. I felt that. Lucita says good morning, and Madeline says, Lucita Japierre, good morning, my love. Okay, so yeah, they're making friends on the live, Andre.
Lovely.
Edward Thumb said the car was a rental and the owner posts everything on Facebook. So we did mention
So the
that.
owner of the vehicle.
Yeah, we did mention that. I didn't know about posting everything on Facebook, but we did mention that. Lucita said some Lucians like to give our country a bad name. Yep.
It's selfish. It's a
that's true.
selfish act.
Think of them only. Joan Shalry says, good morning, Andre, beautiful Lady J, and everyone listening. Good morning, Joan. Thank you so much. She sends 2 prayers, 2 hearts, and 3 kisses. Red lipstick.
3.
Andre.
I guess 1 for Tony.
All right. She Chubb says, Lucita Japierre, morning lover. What's going on there? And Alita says, well said, Andre. And Alita also says, good morning, everyone.
I wonder what they were referring to for the well said.
Yeah, well, that's 22 minutes ago.
Okay.
And Joan Shalry says, Alita, morning, my girlfriend. And Josiane says, good morning, REV-UP family.
Hey, morning, Josie. Hope
A
all is well
blessed
with you.
and peaceful day to all.
You as well. You as well.
And as I see that Josiane, at the supermarket, there was a lady who just called me out. She said she's a fan of REV-UP. She listens every single day. Her name is Josie. So let me just shout her. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Where does she
listens-
live?
No, we didn't. We
Okay.
didn't talk about that. Yeah. Petra Elcock says, "Good morning, my love." And Joan Shalry says, "Sorry." Alita Flabley says, "Joan Shalry, good morning, love." Okay, so they talking to each other. Pius says, "Good morning."
Hey,
Good
morning, Pius. Hope all is well with you, partner.
And Shichab says, "I'm happy." Kamala Prasad Bisasa is attending, and she says, "The Iron Lady."
Yeah, no doubt they're going to be giving us special favors.
To her.
I'm sure they'll give her special favors, that's for sure. Yeah.
Shichab says, "I hope Honorable Kamala stands her ground in that meeting."
Yeah, in other words, her position she's taken. Yeah, kill them all violently. Yeah. Hold your position, my lady. Yeah, do your thing.
Lucita says, "Andre, Trump will give you pressure by the end of his term." And three big laughs. Yeah, so that's supposed to be funny. Catherine McPhee. Okay, Catherine, good morning to
Catherine.
you, and good morning to your hubby. She says, "Good morning, Andre and Lady J." Good morning, Catherine. Thank you so much. Alita says, "Good morning to you, Lady J and Andre." Good morning, Alita. Sharon Peter, LMA, laughing my A off at something. Sharon Peter says, "Enough love to AP."
Thank you.
All right. Okay, he got it. And Nadia says, "Good morning to all REV-UP family." Nadia also says, "Blessed Tuesday." Lucita says, "Muy bien, Andre, under the blizzard survived."
Poor job.
So she's
Poor job.
okay. Lucita is overseas. Yeah. Madeline says they give me 30 minutes walk. Well, that's good, Madeline. 30 minutes walk a day. That's really good. We thought you were banned by your doctor.
Permanently?
Yeah. So that's good. Yes, it's for my own good. Thank you, guys. Yes, Andre, we good. That's what she says. And then this person says,
And by the way, sorry, by the way, the pain I was feeling after being in one position for the longest while, honestly, it was really bad. When I left the gym last night, it stopped.
yeah, because, you're sitting in one area and you probably was sitting down like this, Andre, as opposed to sitting upright, your frame. So you're going to always feel that pain.
But the point is that after the exercise,
After the exercise.
stop.
Yeah, because you twisted and, you're walking.
So, folks,
gonna get that.
exercise has its benefits. You can't get away from that.
It does.
It has its benefits. All right?
And you can tell. Look at Andre's size.
And by the way, it's also excellent for your blood pressure. Okay, sometimes people think that it actually increases the blood pressure. No, it takes it down.
No, well,
So
after you finish walking, if you go and test it, it's going to be high. But you know why? Yeah, if you finish if I walk, like I brought my mom once to the polyclinic and I checked mine, and she said mine was high, and I said, well, I just came from walking, and she says, okay. Before you leave, you come back and check. When you just come from walking, Andre, is going to be high.
I check it all the time.
Right after you walk?
I check it before.
Okay, can you check it after you do that 1 hour walk?
I check it before, and as soon as I get home, as soon as I get home, after I leave the gym, and the blood pressure stabilizes.
No, but you've taken a drive, so that's going to calm it down.
Whatever the case, I'm saying it's a natural way of keeping the blood pressure stable.
For sure.
Okay? Sure. So those of us who may be on medication, things like that, try to give that a little thought, right? Taking little walks and so on there. It really does help.
Yeah.
Okay? It does help.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And Joan Shallery says, Lady J, this one is for Andre. So she sends 2 hearts and 2 kisses for you, Andre.
Just for me. Well, thank you very much. I taken that. Thank you. All
right. He accepted it. I hope the camera took him when he accepted it. Joan. All right. So we're going over, Andre, to the WhatsApp platform. And let's see. Okay, that's a 860 number. It says, good morning, REV-UP family. This is Charmaine. Hi, Charmaine. Sending lots of love on this beautiful Tuesday morning. There was another snowstorm over the weekend, but the sun is out today. Wow, the sun is out for them, Andre. Lady J, you look lovely as usual. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Charmaine. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And this is from St. Lucia. Says, an enjoyable program, 100%.
Thank you.
And then we have just heard of a very serious accident somewhere in the south. Not sure if you guys have had any confirmation of this. And
I saw a video of a guy looked like he was on the road or something. He was bleeding a lot. Today? I saw that video. That came. I saw that this morning. I think I saw it.
Okay.
So
this came in at 11:10. Yeah. Greetings to Andre, Lady J, and the REV-UP family. Andre, you did well for the weekend.
Yes. Who said that?
I'll have to check.
Okay, thank you very much. This is a listener who's, in fact, I can say Charmaine. She says that, Andre, you're so right. As I'm doing more exercises, I had not felt the sciatica and back pain and knee pain for a while. So you see?
It's important to exercise.
She says yesterday she did 45 minutes on the treadmill.
Wow.
And 15 minutes doing weights and exercise.
Good for her.
Bravo, Charmaine.
Yeah,
Bravo.
Good for her.
Bravo.
Good for her. You just don't to work too much on the knee for the knees to get worse. But you have to work it. You have to exercise the knee. It's true. Okay. A 404 number, Andre. Good morning, Lady J and Andre. Hope you both have a pleasurable week, AA. Marvelous chat. Great information. Let me see who it is, if I can. Oh, Agnes Gloria from Atlanta.
Okay,
Good
Agnes.
morning, Agnes. Well, more or less, Glory. Yes. She prefers the name Glory, just like I prefer my name as Lady J. Hey, good morning, Lady J and Andre. Don't forget, Alisco in Pennsylvania. Have a wonderful day.
Alisco, good morning to you.
Okay.
Thank you very much for shouting us out. Yeah, that's nice. Hope you're doing well.
Anthony says, is that your friend, Anthony?
Could be. Let me hear what he's saying.
He says,
know
hi,
it by
Lady
text.
J. I had a wonderful and enjoyable weekend, thanks to my very good friend, Andre.
Okay, there we go.
In whom I am well pleased.
That's funny. That's funny.
Andre, you did a fantastic job on both nights, Saturday and Sunday. See?
Yeah.
See? Thank you. Yes. See, he says, Anthony, thank you for looking out for Andre as well. And this person says, a wonderful morning to you, Andre and Lady J. Pleasant day. Thank you. This is Sills. Oh, Sills rub.
Oh, yes, Sil. While she's there, let me just give the number again, because Sil needs your support if you want to get a rub. And I know a lot of solutions believe in the rub. I can tell you that. A lot of solutions believe in their rub, boy. I can tell, even those, I mean, you figure they, highly educated and so on, they wouldn't be involved in that kind of thing. You'd be surprised. So her number is 716-8018. 716-8018. So check out Sil for your rub. Okay, if you need one, 716-8018. Good.
So Joseph Sylvester sent a heart.
Yes, our good friend.
Thank you.
Our good friend.
Thank you.
Mr. Sylvester.
We have some more persons chiming in, Andre, on the Facebook. Should we go back over there?
Oh, sure. Yeah, we still have 5 minutes.
Jeff Nolly says, love from Cayenne. Big up St. Lucia. Cayenne is in the house.
French Guiana? That's where
Did you say your
That's
daughter?
my daughter lives there.
Okay, right. And Joan Challery says, Andre, Lady J is right. When you finish walking, you must take a rest before taking your BP or drink a glass of water. Yeah, well, he did say he drove home. And by the time he drove home, it was level. You said that, right?
Correct. Stabilized. Everything is fine.
Yeah. Aloysius says, Alisco is Aloysius Polius. Okay.
Oh, that's who it is. That's our good friend who called. He called them when we. He calls all the time, but his presence was felt a lot more when we were doing the Valentine's program. Remember, he called. He said since people were not calling at that time,
yes,
so I think he called like 3 times or something.
Okay, nice.
Always has some interesting stories.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, partner. Thank you very much.
Looking forward for it next year again. Rosalind says, good morning from Philadelphia. All right. Nice. Andre.
Okay, Rosalind.
Yeah.
Is that somebody new?
Yeah. I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. I think so.
Okay. Anuale.
And, Aloysius also said, it's very cold in Pennsylvania. Yes. Yes, that's it. That's it, Andre.
Okay, that's
now.
That's on Facebook. So let's go to WhatsApp now.
No.
Oh, that's it. Oh,
and I went back there because there were some more messages.
Alrighty.
So we're finished. Yeah.
When I was in Victoria on the weekend, Victoria Chazelle, a gentleman came up to me and he said to me he listens to the show every single day, but he said he disagrees with something I said last week. So I said to him, what's that?
You can remember?
Yeah, he said that I don't believe that there are UFOs and extraterrestrial life and other planets and so on. I remember I said I don't think so. I think these planets are bare. If anything like that, at least life like we know it cannot exist in those places. So if there's any life, there has to be some other form. You understand? Because as a human being, you need oxygen and so on. I mean, if the closest planet that we have, is it Mars? It's like it's uninhabitable. There's no.
But what did he have to say about that, Andre?
About
what did he have to say about it? Because he said he disagrees. So what did he have to say?
He says he thinks that there's life out there.
So, he's the one that said that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what do you think? Do you think there's a life as we know it out
Andre,
there?
I'm not even thinking of that.
Here's what Barack Obama said. What Barack Obama said was important, right? He said that aliens are real because statistically the universe is so vast that the odds are good there's life out there. And of course, they asked Trump what he thinks of what Barack Obama said. He says he's not sure whether or not aliens exist. So
that's the only intelligent thing he said.
Yeah, at least for once he said he's not sure about something. Yeah. But I'm sure there's no life as we know it on the other planets.
I don't know. We watch that in movies, and that's the only place that I believe it happens on. I don't know. I can't say. I don't want to say I believe in it when I really don't. So I don't know, Andre.
But don't you think? I mean, for those of us who believe in the existence of God and so on, don't you think the Bible would have had that information?
That's a point.
Yes, because all the Bible talks about is earth. It says God placed man on the earth. And he ensured that we have the right environment, that we could exist and so on and flourish and this sort of thing. So he gave us everything that we need to survive. Okay? So if that had to happen, I'm sure maybe, one of the writers would have said something about it, that there's other life in some other place. But God seems to be dealing only with earth, right? And his children. So, and remember, it's life as we know it. Life meaning to breathe air, sunshine, all the things that we need to sustain life. The other planets so far that we have been able to discover, they don't have that. They don't have
As
those
far as
things.
we know.
At least not in the measure and the amount that we have here on Earth. So
we have to talk to the scientists about that. Like my brother who is gone, he would be able to answer that. Yeah, for sure.
yeah, well, but one day we'll find out.
We will.
One day we'll find out. I believe that one day. Sorry about that. I believe one day when, of course, for those of us who believe that, believe in a God and so on, I believe that one day when we have been united with Jesus Christ, okay, and I think at that point there, we are going to be able now to really, really explore all the vast universe that's there, because right now we're not in a position to do that. We don't have those powers, those abilities. So I believe when that time comes, I'm saying for those who believe,
When and if.
for those who believe, that's very important, huh? For those who believe in the afterlife and so on, I believe that we'll have so much work to do, so much to explore, right? To go to, as in the movie Star Trek, the series, to go where no man has gone before, and this sort of thing, to to go and look at, seek out new life and new civilizations and so on. I think that's when that's going to happen. Yeah, when we'll be in a position to do those things. That's a little mild believer. It doesn't mean that is so at all. That's what
I'm going to say.
Yeah. But let me ask you something.
Please don't ask me
DJ.
about these terrestrial things.
No, not terrestrial. I'm just going to ask you a question. Now, you don't have to answer.
Okay,
we could
good.
end the show right there. Do you believe in the existence of God? Do you believe that a God exists somewhere out there in some heaven or wherever you want to call it? Do you believe that?
I think I was raised to believe it, so I do believe it. But there are sometimes, I can't say 100% because I have my doubts every now and then, especially when I lost my brother, my dad. I do have my doubts. But yeah, most of it. Yeah.
All right,
But
okay.
again, we were brought up to believe in it. So, and you went to school and you were taught, especially if you go to Catholic schools, yes. But, as you get older, you broaden your thoughts, your mind, you read or you listen to people. And if I have to stick around you a lot and stick around my mom a lot, I'm going to believe in it 100%.
Well, all right.
That's my take
well,
on
you've come to the right station. Okay, folks, we got to wrap it up. So, Lady J, what can the folks expect on the REV-UP Center this morning going into the afternoon? What can they expect?
Well,
because remember, today it's very important, folks.
Today's Tuesday.
Yeah, REV-UP the
Keep
Homegrown.
mentioning that.
REV-UP the Homegrown. We made some changes. Zen the DJ will be presenting REV-UP the Homegrown between 4 and 5 this afternoon. And homegrown meaning what the music we produce here, done by St. Lucians, whether in St. Lucia or overseas. Okay,
But
so
they have to be St. Lucia.
so Zen is going to be hosting that show from today between 4 and 5. And let me apologize. I have to apologize. I think there was a little miscommunication for last week's program, which was supposed to be the REV-UP Top 10. I said it was starting on Friday last week, but I was mistaken. So Zen is actually starting this coming Friday. So let me apologize to our listeners if I give you that impression, because a few of the artists from St. Lucia actually called me and texted me and said to me, we're waiting to listen to the show. We're not hearing anything. Yeah, so let me just apologize, okay? I gave incorrect information.
I didn't know that either, because I announced it too.
Yeah, I did as well. I said the thing there with gumption, man. I was so sure that
No wonder he asked me what were my top 10, and I'm like, my top 10? What was your top 10?
Yeah. So, folks, REV-UP the Homegrown this afternoon with Zen the DJ between 4 and 5. And the top 10, REV-UP the top 10 Homegrown will be this coming Friday from 4 to 4:30. It's going to be a half hour.
Yeah, he can do that in the half hour.
And I want to say bravo, big up to all the artists now who are producing a lot more music.
Yeah.
And I'm very pleased with that. And I think the guys...
Right through the year.
Right, I think the guys realize here at REV-UP that we're pushing as much local as possible, so they're making the music available to us, and I love that. What we have to do pretty soon, I know our technician is working on that, to have a special place, right, online where you can send the music, and we'll just go directly into our system. Because as it is right now, most of it is being sent through me. You understand?
Well, Fire gave us an email to send it to in the meantime. Should I say it?
No. He's going to organize a special promo that'll give all the information.
Okay.
All right, moving
Wonderful.
forward.
Well, I'm not sure, but I got confirmation last week. Irvin Ace Lochter is supposed to be here.
Today?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm not sure. Let's hope he is going to be here. And Andre, online, I saw, I will leave out his name, but very popular artist mentioned that his card was
Stolen?
No, used. They billed him. He didn't say how much, but he was billed, and he did not purchase. He did not do that purchase. So he was basically telling people to be very careful. I guess he's talking about the tap. You know, I don't believe in the tap, Andre, with your credit card or your debit card, whatever. You know, it happened to me when I was coming through on JetBlue. I think it was 2024 or 2023. And, you know, they were I'm on the plane. I wanted to purchase the eye patch, the blanket, and the pillow. And when he came, I held on to the card, and by mistake, I thought, well, I wouldn't say it's a mistake. He said, go ahead. And it did tap. And he said, no, wait. That's the male stewardess. And he says, no, wait. And then he says, now. But then when I got the bill, it billed me double. Huh. And I wrote to them and I told them all about it, right? I tried to get in touch with customer service and so on, and they told me to check with the bank. When I checked with the bank said they can't. It wasn't much, but Andre, it's just, it happened. And, you know, and the bank told me that they're not seeing that it was done from someone else. It was done, right, on the flight. But Andre, I only got one. So that means the first tap went through. That's what I'm saying. So I don't believe in the tap thingy. I don't believe in it.
Well, ask Israel about tapping. They'll tell you a lot about tapping. There's something called a double tap. Yeah, but that's another story. So you have you may have Irvin Lochter on the show today. And what is coming up?
Well, today we also going to, I think today we will do our part 3 of the dementia, which is the taking care of, like the persons who take care of those people with dementia, the caregivers.
All right.
And we don't always have to broaden it like caregivers, because family members do take care. So we will talk about that, because I did a little more research. So I think we'll talk about that. And as always, Andre, we have the news coming up at 1 with you and the weather. We also have entertainment news. I love that, because then I can take our listeners to the different islands, including the U.S., to see what's happening. So we'll talk a little bit about the walk for our entertainment news. We'll talk about independence, and then we'll take in some news from Jamaica and the U.S. as well.
Okay. All right. And that's going to be happening on the REV-UP Center. And folks, look out for some new since now Lady J is going to be the one hosting, we're working on some new ideas, new programs, and so on, moving forward. All right?
Yep.
Okay, so Lady J will be with you until 3 this afternoon. That's on the REV-UP Center. Then at 3 o'clock this afternoon, it's going to be Zen the DJ on Afternoon Overdrive. All right? Afternoon Overdrive with Zen the DJ from 3 until 6. And God willing, I'll be back here this evening from 6 until 7 with Dr. Leonard Suraj for Doctor in the House. That's from 6 to 7. One more thing, Lady J? That's it?
Somebody's saying something that I think I should read. They say Sylvester says it, that I should believe. Okay. Trump does not believe in aliens because he is Earth's alien. That's a St. Lucia.
It's true.
That's a St. Lucia. Let me see, Valerie.
He's not behaving like a human being at all.
Valerie says that. She also says, Janice, please believe in God. He woke you up this morning. I didn't say I don't believe in him. I said not 100%. I didn't say I don't believe in him. If you check, I always say, good morning. I always say amen. I always say thank you, Jesus, for another day. And I always say blessed, thankful, and grateful.
All right, Lady J. Good stuff.
All right.
Okay, so folks, do enjoy the rest of your day. Keep it locked to REV-UP St. Lucia 95.9 FM. You can listen to us online at revupslu.com and all the other platforms that we are on. So this has been Harddrive for today, Tuesday. Thanks for listening. Thanks for viewing. Those of you on Facebook, those of you on YouTube, on X, and I believe DBS Television as well. All right. So morning to the management and staff of DBS. Yeah. Thanks so much for carrying the show. We certainly do appreciate it. Have yourselves a great day. This has been Harddrive, brought to you with the compliments of Rambali's Funeral Parlor.
In moments of loss, finding comfort and support is essential. At Rambally's Funeral Parlor, we understand that every life is unique, and honoring that life is our mission. Our dedicated team is here to guide you through every step, offering personalized services that reflect the cherished memories of your loved one. From traditional funerals to modern celebrations of life, we provide a range of options tailored to your family's wishes. Whether it's a simple service or an elaborate tribute, we ensure every detail is handled with care. Let us help you create a meaningful farewell, honoring the legacy of your loved one. To learn more about our services, call 758-452-2021 Castries, 758-454-9239 Viewfort. Visit us at www.ramballysfuneral.com. Rambally's Funeral Parlor, where memories are cherished and love is everlasting.
The alpha of radio is on 95.9.